Let me tell you something. I'm going to talk to you about this book called It's One of Us by J.T. Ellison. Now, I love J.T. Ellison when she writes her own books, such as this type of psychological thriller, but also when she co-writes books with Catherine Coulter, who's one of my favorite authors. This book, when I started off saying, let me tell you something, talked about something that I don't know that I've ever seen in a book before. And I'm thinking really hard to see if I've seen this explored. What are we talking about? We're talking about children that come into life due to fertility treatment and IVF. Yes, sperm donation to allow women otherwise unable to have children on their own to bring children into this world. Why is the book called It's One of Us? Well, the very first part of the book, I don't know if it's chapter 1 or the prologue, shows somebody in the act of committing a murder. And that's a very short chapter or a very short prologue, and then we go into the book itself. When we start going into the book, we first read about Olivia Bender and her mother and her husband, who are desperate to have children. And I believe they are in their third round of IVF, and she's pregnant. She has had several miscarriages. They might even be past their third round because she's had more than one miscarriage. And she's hoping and hoping and hoping that this baby, this embryo, this fetus holds on. Okay, forgive my lack of physiology here, but she's hoping that this baby holds on. Okay, that's how the book segues from the murder taking place to our character, Olivia Bender. Now, Olivia's husband's name is Park, okay? Olivia has something devastating to share with Park. Now, at this point in this review, I am going to give a trigger warning. Infidelity and miscarriage. And I will actually put it in my description box below. I will also put those trigger warnings in my written review. So, back to the review. Olivia needs to tell her husband something. But before she can, someone's knocking at the door. It's 2 police officers, a man and a woman. And they want to talk to her husband. What do they want to talk to her husband about? If anybody needs to talk to Park, her husband, it's her, because she has to share very, very sad news with him. Or to him, or whatever. But no. Mr. Bender, we're here to let you know that there has recently been a murder, and the DNA found on the scene is evidence of your son. My son, Park says. Olivia's like, now, okay, I gotta draw the scene for you, okay? Imagine you just discovered that you lost your next child, and you're drained. Your body is, and your mind is, just, I don't know, because this has never happened to me, but just imagine. And she's sitting over there, and she's, lost and forlorn, and the police are talking to her husband, and she's like, what? What? Your son? And Parker's like, what? My son? That's our story. Why is it called It's One of Us? Well, we find out, and this is not going to be a spoiler, that Park, when he was in college, donated his sperm. Now, the company that he donated his sperm to, they have a cap. I think 10 children is the cap. Well, a group of teenagers have started, I think it's WhatsApp, a group through, I guess, 23andMe or whatever, to prove that they are all his offspring. Did you hear me? There's a group of teenagers that have started this WhatsApp group because they all realize that they are offspring of Park Bender. But don't forget the drama, the devastation, the sadness, the tears I even felt in the backs of my eyes, the lump I had in my throat when Olivia has to share this news with Park. But he's a father. That's not even the end all of it. Is whoever his son is, his DNA was found at a murder scene. So, is Parker father and is his child a murderer? Now, the book title, It's One of Us. This comes out on the news. So this group of young people, is one of us the murderer? Now, these kids are smart. They're going in there with nicknames and, fake accounts, to protect their privacy. So they should all be safe from one another. But really, in the world of social media, is anybody really ever safe? Then we find out that there's more. That group, that young people, that WhatsApp, the group that realizes that one of them is very well likely to be a murderer, there's another group. But I'll let you find out who that other group is made up of, or who consists of, what that other group consists of, or who that other group consists of, if you read the book yourself. Now, like I said, when I was reading this book, of course I have read about IVF, okay? That's come up in different books. But the whole idea behind this is, if Park Bender contributed his sperm back in college, number one, how many children were conceived with that sperm? Number two, is one of them a murderer? And number three, who was the original woman that was killed in the very beginning? Remember that prologue or that very first chapter? Number four, are there going to be any other murders? And number five is why and how does all of that connect? And then, oh my gosh, then there's drama. Wait, hasn't this all been about drama already? Because there's more. There's more. But I can't tell you because it's too far into the book and I don't want to give you any spoilers. The drama that segues, switches gears. You better be on your P's and Q's, because when you get to a certain point in this book, you pretty much think you got it wrapped up. But what's that other drama I'm talking about? I hope that I've intrigued you enough so that you go to Amazon, your library, your Audible account, wherever you decide to go to, and you get this latest J.T. Ellison book, because it's a good one. It's a really good one. It's definitely going to get 5 stars. I'm just checking Fantastic Fiction. The series that she co-writes with Catherine Coulter is Brittany FBI series, which they haven't produced any books in that series since 2019. But I have read all of those. I think there's 6 of those. But she's written some independent titles, a lot of them. She wrote a Taylor Jackson series, a Samantha Owens series, individual novels, and now this one here, It's One of Us. I highly recommend it. 5 stars. Definitely 5 stars. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.